Why might Marines or Army personnel be surprised by the living conditions on an Air Force base? I got my answer when our Marine unit got temporarily stationed at Ramstein Air Base in Germany after our forward operating base got overrun in Iraq. We'd been living in mud for 8 months, sleeping in bunkers, eating MREs, using porta potties that hadn't been cleaned since the invasion started. When they told us we were getting extracted to an Air Force base, we figured it meant concrete floors and maybe hot chow once a day. We were not prepared for what we found. First shock was the barracks. Individual rooms. Not squad bays, not tents, actual hotel-style rooms with private bathrooms. I thought there'd been some mistake. Asked the Air Force sergeant where the Marines were supposed to sleep. "This is it," he said, handing me an actual room key. Cable TV's on channel 6. Cable TV. I hadn't watched television in almost a year. My roommate Jake stood in the doorway for 10 minutes just staring at the clean sheets and temperature control unit. "This has got to be officer quarters," he whispered. "Nope," said the airman. "Standard enlisted housing. There's an Xbox in the day room if you're interested." The dining facility broke our brains completely. Not a chow hall, a dining facility, with multiple serving lines, salad bar, ice cream machine, and a short order grill. I watched an airman complain because they were out of his favorite flavor of energy drink. My squad had been rationing water bottles for months. This guy was upset about beverage variety, but the real culture shock came during the first formation. Air Force didn't do morning PT as a unit. Individual fitness responsibility, they called it. You could work out whenever you wanted, as long as you passed your annual fitness test. Our gunnery sergeant nearly had a stroke. "What do you mean there's no group PT? How do you maintain unit cohesion?" "We have morale events," explained their first sergeant. "Monthly barbecues, holiday parties, family fun days." Family fun days. While we'd been dodging mortars, these guys were planning picnics. The base had a Burger King, an actual Burger King, inside the wire, operated by civilians who commuted to work every day like it was downtown Detroit. Not some military approximation of fast food, the real thing with flame-broiled burgers and everything. I ordered a Whopper with tears in my eyes. Hadn't tasted anything that wasn't brown or green in color for almost a year. Their exchange was another planet entirely. 3-story department store with electronics, clothing, jewelry, everything you could buy at a mall back home. Our PX at the FOB consisted of a tent with candy bars and phone cards. The housing for married personnel looked like suburban neighborhoods. Actual houses with front yards, driveways, mailboxes. Kids rode bicycles on sidewalks while their Air Force parents grilled steaks in backyards. My buddy Steve called his wife from one of their phone centers. "Honey, you're not going to believe this place. They have a movie theater, a real movie theater with stadium seating and surround sound." "What are you watching?" she asked. "I don't know yet. I'm still processing that it exists." Their work schedule was another shock. Normal business hours, weekends off unless you were deployed or on alert status. Most of these airmen had never been anywhere more dangerous than the commissary parking lot. Not their fault, just different missions. But after months of 24-hour security rotations and sleeping in body armor, it felt like visiting another dimension. The gymnasium had racquetball courts, basketball courts, weight room, indoor track, swimming pool, and aerobics classes. Our idea of recreation had been betting on which direction the next mortar would land. 3 weeks into our stay, our lieutenant called formation. "We're heading back to Iraq next week. New forward operating base, probably just as primitive as the last one." The groans were audible. We'd gotten soft. Spoiled by hot showers, comfortable beds, food that didn't come in plastic bags. Jake raised his hand. "Sir, any chance we could get transferred to the Air Force?" "What's your ASVAB score, Marine?" "96, sir." "Should have thought of that before you chose the Marines." On our last night, the Air Force guys threw us a farewell party. Grilled burgers, cold beer, live music from their base band. These guys treated war like a deployment to summer camp. But here's what really got me. When we thanked them for their hospitality, their first sergeant got serious. "You guys do the ground fighting so we don't have to. Least we can do is make sure you're comfortable when you're here." Flying back to Iraq, looking down at another dusty forward operating base, Jake turned to me. "Think we chose the wrong branch?" "Probably. But we knew what we were signing up for." "Did we though? Did we really?" Still think about that Air Force base sometimes. Whenever I'm eating cold pizza for breakfast or sleeping on the ground during training exercises, I remember those cable TV rooms and ice cream machines. Different branches, different standards of living, but at the end of the day, we all wear the same flag.